Well, hey guys, what is going on? In this video, I'm going to go through a bit of a systems masterclass. And the reason I'm doing this video is because you have moments where you sort of sit down and you do what I call thinking time in your business. And you think through, what do I actually need to do in order to get to the next level? And suddenly things become a lot simpler when you just put things down on pen and paper. So this is going to make a lot of sense to you guys, I know, because it's very simple. And once you understand these concepts, you will sort of learn how to scale your business from like 0 to 5K per month to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100K. My mentor does 600K per month. So he uses these principles as well. So let's jump into what they are. So really, if you run any sort of service-based business, I'm just going to put the mic on the lapel. So if you run any sort of service-based business, the first system that you need to create is a system to generate opportunity. Okay. So the first thing is opportunity. Now, opportunity really comes down to things like advertising, outreach. Now, what you need to do with each of the systems that you're going to build is you need to have a KPI so that you know that you're on the right track with that particular system. So a KPI for opportunity could be daily lead flow, or it could be, in our business, daily appointment flow. Okay, so we've got the first system, which is opportunity. We've got a KPI, which is daily appointment flow. And so that is the starting point. So leads are typically the lifeblood of any business. And in this instance, appointments are the lifeblood of sort of service-based businesses. So you need a system to generate appointments. And once you've got that system in place, the next system is a system to convert. So you need to be able to convert the opportunity that you're getting into actual revenue, money in the bank. Being able to convert, it's sales. You need to be able to convert the appointments into sales. Now, this comes down to having a sales process. So having a really good process, having a good offer or pitch, and then actually comes down to having a good sales rep. So whether the sales rep is yourself or another person, if you have a good process, a good offer, and a good rep, you can actually get the conversion working quite well. Now, a metric, again, we want to have a metric which measures how successful this endeavor is close rate. So we want to know, out of how many appointments we set from the daily appointment flow, how many closes are we getting as a percentage? Okay, so that really covers the basics of acquisition. So if we really break this down, we've got process, sale, we've got process, offer, rep. Then up in the opportunity phase, we have outreach, advertising, and we also need to have an offer and messaging as part of your opportunity system. So this covers, again, acquisition. Now, acquisition is really only one side of the equation. We actually need to have fulfillment as the second piece. So this is actually delivering results for your clients. So what we need to have in the fulfillment phase is a system for the leading indicator of initial client results or experience. So I'm going to call this one initial client experience. Okay. So the initial client experience comes down to your fulfillment process. So again, it's having a process. It comes down to your onboarding, and it comes down to sort of your, like, you could have a client success manager or delivery staff, client support staff that you measure that by. So, or that you, operate that system by. Now, the metric that you're going to cover for initial client experience is, for us, it's engagement. So How engaged are our clients with our process in terms of quantitative factors and qualitative factors? So how many of the initial onboarding meetings do they show up to? And what is their general disposition out of 1 to 5? Okay. So if we track that, then we can figure out, okay, so we need to get a really good initial client experience because that is a precursor to the fourth system. Now, the fourth system I call a BLO, which is a bottom line outcome. So what is the bottom line outcome that our clients really want? Okay. Just going to neaten this up a little bit. What is the bottom line outcome our clients really want? And so for our clients, this is revenue. Okay. Now we want to know what is the function of the bottom line outcome? How do our clients actually achieve that bottom line outcome? It comes down to our system. It comes down to their engagement with our system, which is why engagement is a precursor to the BLO, which is the bottom line outcome. And then it also comes down to so system, engagement, and then it also comes down to our delivery. Okay. So do we have a good delivery system, which is kind of in tandem with the delivery system? It could be actually our client success staff that will determine the bottom line outcome. Now, here's the thing. If you can create opportunity at a good clip, at a good rate, if you can convert the opportunity at a good rate, if you can generate a really positive initial client experience at a good rate, if you can create bottom line outcomes for your clients at a good rate, then you have the last metric, which is for any business, and this is your profitability. So how profitable are you? Now, if you can't see that on the screen, I'm going to dip the camera a little bit. So you sort of want to know, how profitable are you? Now, profitability comes down to revenue minus COGS minus expenses. Okay. So revenue is obviously pure sales. COGS is the cost of actually delivering the service. So in something like an agency or a consulting business, it's usually staff and subscriptions or contractors. Now, expenses in a consulting company are things like fees, ad spend, coaching fees, or whatever. So now the goal here is to optimize all of these metrics. So opportunity, conversion, initial client experience, BLO, to maximize revenue, to reduce cost of delivery as much as possible while maintaining all those metrics, and then having a low net expense. So ultimately, say at the 100K mark, you can hit a 60% margin, which is actually totally achievable. So now here's the thing. Now, this is something that Alex Hormozi talks about. I'm getting tired of sort of quoting Alex Hormozi, but he does have some good things to say. One thing I'll say about Alex Hormozi, guys, is that, he built a business on really hardcore direct response marketing. He offered what was called a free challenge, which is where the gym owners offered their market a free challenge, which wasn't really free. They had to pay $600, but if they achieved the goal, then they would get their money back. So therefore they could say it was a free challenge. Now, I think it was a great idea, but just bear in mind that, Alex is a great guy. Layla's a great guy, but they present themselves as, we're the branding people, but you got to understand that they actually got where they got to with hardcore direct response. So respect direct response marketing because it works. That's how they got Gym Launch to where it got to. And they often quoted a guy called Dan Kennedy, who was Alex has said was the biggest influence on his marketing ideas. So if we take all this together, now the idea behind Alex Hormozi that he said is that you've just got to do all these things at a greater scale. So do more of them. So more opportunity, more conversion, more client experiences, more bottom line outcomes, and then better. So how can we make our cost per book call better? How can we make our close rate better? How can we make our engagement rate better? How can we make our uh, bottom line outcomes for our clients better? How client revenue better? How can we make our margins better? That is the system. Now, why this is so key is because it keeps it simple. You don't have to worry about all this other random stuff. You've just got to focus on bringing in opportunity, converting the opportunity, creating a leading indicator client experience, creating a net bottom line outcome for your clients that you can achieve in a decent time frame, and then profitability to achieve 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you have a really good business on your hands. Thanks for watching, guys. Speak to you soon.